they just wake up? Who are they going to attack? Did they just decide that they were going to go into this church where there were certain people who had come to attend a church service where they did a fundraiser? The driver of Moranga Governor, Kang'ata, is the person in the inset there. He was shot yesterday. There are goons inside church. Vehicles have been destroyed. I mean, it is becoming the new normal. It's becoming the new normal, and we're sitting and watching this thing spiral out of control.
Do you realize that conversations people are having as just a by the way is that goons has become a common thing in our communities today? That we no longer feel afraid talking about what it is we see. That at any political rally, you expect goons to be there. At any demos or protests, you expect goons to be there. It has become a common thing to us.
That this is normal, or that it's being normalized, is a very scary place to be, Aseto. I don't think we...
I don't...
When you see a state in conflict, you don't want to get there, because the absence of peace is a very terrible place to be in. The fact alone that these individuals who were out yesterday, having been paid by whom in whatever way, shape or form, went home and slept in their beds last night is an indicator to you that the laxity with which this security issue is going to be dealt with is a very worrisome place to be in.
Did you see these people march on this street?
I did now. That's why I'm telling you it was drama.
These people are many. But then again,
for how much?
And for how much?
How much does it even matter? Even if it was 1 million shillings, how much was it enough for you to come and say, I'm going to cause harm to somebody else to fulfill a particular agenda?
You know, I'm asking today Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen and PS Raymond Omolo and all security agencies in Kisumu County or even in Nyahururu where Kang'ata was being attacked. One asked the question, Ndu, where you have opposition leaders in a church and you expect crowds to be there. Intelligence and common sense demands that you deploy security to protect individuals who are there. Because already you've seen you've seen how things have happened before where these individuals are. That there is no police officer, there is no deployment to safeguard property and protect life. Where were the police?
Right there.
Where were the police?
Dennis, they were right there. This is my problem. They were right there. Do you know, I would have maybe I would be less angered, or anybody would be less angered if they were far away and then you would say, okay, it took them a hot minute to get there, right? They were right there. So what?
We're knocking on the doors of anarchy.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what you're doing.
We're going to continue with this because it's going to be part of our conversation at 7 o'clock. But if we look into the pages really quickly of the Standard today, price of survival, how cancer is driving families into poverty and debt. We spoke about this really briefly on Friday, but that's the case because it's very expensive. It's not just the person who gets ill, but it's because it's so expensive and the care and treatment is quite intensive that everybody gets involved in this.
Yeah.
Now, if you are, fetish in nature, you might be worried about the story on page 3.
Yep.
Invasive crows land in Nairobi. Crows, the birds,
yeah,
those ones.
They call the Indian something.
These were actually ravens. Yeah. These black ones are ravens. The crow is the bird with the white chest.
Yes.
These ones, the ones that make noise, actually came on a ship many, many years ago, and they refused to go back. After decades confined to the coast, the destructive birds have been spotted around City Stadium in Nairobi. Conservationists warn swift action is needed before the invasive species establish breeding populations inland. Indian house crows spotted. Well, that's another name for them.
Yeah.
Indian house crows spotted in Mombasa yesterday, but they've also been spotted in Nairobi. 1891, the Indian house crows introduced to Zanzibar as urban waste control. 1947, first recorded presence inside the port of Mombasa. 1980, spread south to Diani and north to Kilifi Creek. 2011, first major inland breach observed at Voi Town along the highway corridor. And in 2013, sightings confirmed in Makindu, indicating movement through Savo. They've been allowed to come up north.
Yeah.
Or west in this case. And it's not good. They've been allowed to come in west, and it's not a good thing. So conservationists are saying, deal with it now. Do you need to cull large flocks, or what do you need to do?
I need to take you back to 1891, where they were introduced in Zanzibar as urban waste control.
Yes.
Hapo kwa urban waste control. Then think about Nairobi and why. Every day we keep on saying, please clean the city. Every day we keep on saying, there's something you can do with the waste in Nairobi, including what? Production of fertilizer and production of energy. But because people don't listen, because people sit in these high offices and think that they are protected, look at exactly what it is we're dealing with
So
today.
I'm hearing you saying that Nairobi is just trash.
It is
And
not me. It is not me.
It's the birds.
The birds are telling you that. If you look at the story, there's a scientist who was actually making comments on this, and he was actually saying that these things have been spotted where waste is.
It's rife. True. I can't argue with that.
You get?
Yeah.
So it is not even me saying. The birds are telling you that Nairobi is a filthy city.
It's like that white bird of mine, Loco Loco Pango.
Loco Loco Pango.
When you see Loco Loco Pango, you know that it's going to rain.
Bas.
Now, when you see these ones, you know that it's dirty.
Capish?
Nature will always tell you a
They will
story.
always tell you something. Yes.
You are right. In fact,
So we go back to 1890. Now we are in 2020.
6.
Same problem.
Bas. Yeah. You're onto something there, that's for sure. Ukrainian database names 59 Kenyans killed in the Russian war. Hello? Okay. Are we just going to go over that? I'm going to say it again. Ukrainian database names 59 Kenyans killed in the Russian war. Okay.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, who is also Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary, you went all the way to Russia and you had conversations with the Kremlin.
Yes.
Question, what are the results? Kenyans who went there, what have you done to return them back home?
Nothing.
Ukrainians are telling us 59 Kenyans are dead. These people have their families, right? So we were talking about 59 families plus who are today, first, they don't know where their loved ones are because the bodies are not here. So
Do you, as a Mofa, know that 59 Kenyans are dead?
No.
You are in Western
No.
telling us about, I don't know, who cannot win an
No.
election.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just asking. Patients demand answers over expired ARVs, as they should. I mean, for crying out loud. But I have a question. You knew it was expired then, Uka? Anyway.
You know the way you go and you're given and you believe and trust that what you've been given is good. Okay, we've not yet gotten to a culture where you look at the expiry date. Maybe
Yeah.
you and I will look at that, right?
Yes.
But there are many who believe and trust that which they've been given from a hospital is good.
You would.
Now, we still have people in offices, despite giving Kenyans expired medicine. Even the Tuko.
Can you imagine?
And they're still procuring and still stocking.
No, somebody is waking up and going to that office today.
Today.
As per, you have given people expired medication that is
Yes.
essentially supposed to sustain their life. But this is in circulation. When did we start reading this story? We started making fun about it 2 weeks ago. We were even making fun about it and I don't know what. But we're still, can you imagine? In what warped world are we still talking about that story 2 weeks later and somebody's still waking up and going to work?
Yeah.
Somebody still has the job that is supposed to vanguard this particular situation.
Guess what they're still doing? They're still
God.
procuring and they're still stocking the very same hospitals.
Please. Odor of distress. How pollution, climate stress are producing a foul smell in Lake Victoria. Doesn't get any better. Ruto succession. Speak of the devil. Without ANC, Mudavadi faces tough choices. Really?
Face even tougher.
Protecting children online. Are social media regulations already falling behind? Yes. That's the answer to that story. That's an analysis on page 10 and 11 of the Standard. Joseph Lister Nyaringo is on the op-eds today. United Nations Charter should be amended to reflect global face. Okay, and that's what we're looking at today. In terms of some of the stories making headlines. Get yourself a copy of the Standard newspaper. And of course, into the sports pages. Norway rode out that lovely match. Row your boat.
You're rowing home.
They're rowing home. But I have to say, if you were going to give a team of the tournament, I would have to go to Norway, that's for sure. Of course, led by Erling Haaland. And if we're looking at other tournaments that took place, Wimbledon just came to a close with, of course, the women's championships was on Saturday. Yannick Sinner beat the German Zverev in 4 sets yesterday. 3 out of 4 they played for, and he was the Wimbledon champion. And of course, we're going to the semis of the World Cup into this week. Who will lift the trophy?
Yep.
That's what we're looking at. Over to you, sir.
Let's go to the Daily Nation real quick now. Moment of truth for Uhuru Ruto, 7 trillion shillings loans. Now, the Kenya Kwanza government has launched a fresh bid to hold proceedings in a landmark constitutional case challenging the legality of 6.95 trillion shillings in public debt, with Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi and Attorney General Dorcas Oduor filing fresh applications to stop hearing scheduled for October. That story has been elaborated in page 4. So it is a question that is being petitioners seek declaration that debt, including Eurobond loans, is illegal. You see what is being pushed by one Jimmy Wanjigi about Odia's debt. Happened to Kosasa. But the government is seemingly pushing to have that case not being listened or heard. Now, lobbies want Utumishi Girls barred from reopening Dome. Now, Melin Veteran now says dormitory was partially destroyed by fire in which 16 students died. So they want that dormitory not to be opened. Now, Kim wins first round in a fight against closure. So that is the Kenya Institute of Management as well that is fighting against its closure. And round 1 of the battle, wameshinda. Sawa. Painful lessons on mixing politics with business. So that is wealthy business figures bankroll campaigns in anticipation of access to lucrative government contracts and tenders. And that is the image of Mary Wambui, the owner of Glee Hotel. And remember, she just lost position of Glee Hotel and now is under administration from Equity Bank. Now, moment of truth for Uhuru Ruto, over 7 trillion shillings, has been well elaborated on page 4. Now, Thwake Dam completion. Listen. Thwake Dam completion shelved again.
Please, if I talk now, they'll say my mouth is too big.
President Ruto promises to complete the project, which started over 10 years ago. He says it will be ready by April next year, in 6 months' time.
Stop it. It was supposed to be ready in April this year, May this year.
Yeah, so April next year. So just give it extra 11 months, eh? Yeah. Thwake Dam.
Why?
In 6 months' time. Now, the beta campaigns for all Kalau seat officially end today, so we see that. And the Linda Mwananchi gatherings attacked in Nyahururu, Kisumu. Nauliza swali. Nauliza kama mtu mwenye ni kama sielewi.
Okay.
We have 2 sides that are campaigning, right?
In all Kalau?
We have like
10 candidates.
We have 10 candidates, right? Let's go for the 3 horses or 4.
Okay.
Why is it that we only see violence when it is one side campaigning? When it is the other side, I don't want to mention which, everything seems to be flowing freely and smoothly. Who is funding these individuals who are coming in to disrupt what would be peaceful campaigns? It's a question that IEBC should ask and police should ask or must ask. And in that, you will get your sir. Goons will cost you the ballot, IEBC boss warns.
Who is he warning? Sorry.
That is your friend.
Why am I shouting?
Chairperson Erastus Ethicon says candidates found sponsoring political violence risks fines removal from the ballot.
Okay.
Samahani, mteja wa nambari uliyopiga hapatikani kwa sasa. Yeah, up on your tuko. Hebu tuangalie tu style because vinta kasirika. You're warning.
You're warning. Who are you warning?
Who are you warning?
You're still warning 2 days before. Stop it.
You're warning, yet people are being shot with rubber bullets. You're warning.
Meanwhile, you talked about this. I just want to say a big shout out to the Kenya under-17 girls qualified for the FIFA World Cup. So that was definitely a stellar performance against South Africa.
Against who?
South Africa.
Oh.
Sorry, South Africa.
Oh, it happened?
Yeah.
So now they're being ferried back home. Okay.
Why new Sacco bill has raised great interest. Wave of panic swept through Kenya's financial bedrock. The bill that we're talking about was whether perhaps the money that you've saved can actually be put into the infrastructure fund. So now that one, everybody's having problems. Violence rocks Linda Mwananchi event in Kisumu. That headline is interesting. Perhaps, that look at that whole crowd of people. I'm telling you that police were standing there. How are police dressed? Is this not a policeman? 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Standing with these individuals who are brandishing these weapons.
Let me say it in the people in Kisumu so that they can Achiel, Ario, Adek, Angwen, police officers. Koso.
Lost. So then you want to tell me what? They're looking at them or what? It's like let's take a picture. Kai, God, no. We're going to 7 o'clock. Ruto to Kalonzo. I won't abandon Ukambani, even if you can't join me. Okay. And board CEOs face exit as MPs push to abolish state agencies. How about MPs actually do their job? Dangote, you know who that is? Dangote has said that 2 trillion shillings Lamu refinery faces activist opposition. Okay, it's not him that has said, but his 2 trillion shilling Lamu refinery plan faces activist opposition.
Yeah, that was saying environmental.
Yeah, save the environment, koso. It's okay. That one will definitely be looked into for sure.
Don't worry.
They've already signed the paperwork. New U.S. Ebola patient will not be treated in Kenya, just in case you were wondering. Yes. Atuna time bana. Anyway, there's a new American Ebola patient. Where are they? They're not in Nini?
DRC.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the Situation Room.